Before we get into today's episode, I want to shine a light on the show sponsors. Let me introduce you to a game changer in the world of content creation, Opus Clips. Imagine a powerful app that transforms your longer videos into engaging bite-sized reels that not only capture attention, but also promote your brand, your business, or even you. Most of you have seen the Beyond Business reels of past guests or even me flowing through your feed as you scroll. Well, I love to take credit for the hard work of editing and posting on multiple platforms, multiple times per week, but Opus Clips does it all for me. With Opus Clips, you don't have to be a video editing whiz to create stunning clips that resonate with your audience. This intuitive app does all the heavy lifting for you, automatically crafting highlights that shine perfect for social media, marketing campaigns, or simply sharing your creative genius with the world. Are you ready to elevate your content game? Scan this QR code or head to the link in the description to unlock the full potential of Opus Clips and let your creativity flow and watch your engagement soar. Scan the link now or the QR code so it'll stay open in your browser until you finish watching this episode. Then go back and start creating captivating reels today. Your brand deserves to shine, and Opus Clips is here to help you do just that. Transform your backyard into a paradise with Family Home and Patio, proudly featuring American-made products for unmatched quality and durability. Whether it's a sleek in-ground retreat or an easy above-ground solution, their installation pros bring your vision of the dream pool to life. Their showroom in Decatur, Illinois, not only has premium brand hot tubs with expert installation and top tier service to keep yours bubbling year round, but they also carry chemicals, filters, accessories, and everything you need to keep your water crystal clear and your pool party ready. Their expert pool and hot tub technicians provide professional maintenance and repair to keep your backyard oasis in peak condition year round. Family Home and Patio is family owned, family operated, and family focused. That's why they treat you like one of their own. Your backyard deserves the best, and they have it crafted right here in the USA. Family Home and Patio, where relaxation meets home. Give them a call at 217-877-2808. Visit them online at familyhomeandpatio.com, or if you're in Decatur, stop by their showroom. Have a chat about how you can make your dream become a reality. If you're looking for top-notch drone services of any kind, look no further. Aerial Elite Solutions specializes in providing high-quality aerial imagery and data collection for a variety of industries, including real estate, solar panel, inspection, construction, agriculture, transmission and distribution, and more. Whether you need stunning photos to showcase a property, detailed site surveys for your construction project, anomaly detection of your solar panels, or captivating footage of your event, Aerial Elite Solutions has the expertise and cutting edge technology to deliver cutting edge results. Their team of skilled professionals is dedicated to capturing breathtaking visuals that elevate your projects and help you see things from a whole new perspective. With Aerial Elite Solutions, you're not just getting a service, you're getting a partner committed to bringing your vision to life. So if you're ready to take your business to new heights, literally, reach out to Aerial Elite Solutions today. Visit flyaes.com or give them a call at 217-330-7226 to learn how they can help you transform your projects with their drone services. As we all know, storm season can bring unpredictable weather, and protecting your home or business is more important than ever. That's where Midwest Lightning Rods comes in. With nearly 100 years of experience in the lightning protection system design and installation industry, they are the trusted experts in keeping your property safe from the dangers of lightning strikes. Midwest Lightning Rods specializes in creating customized solutions tailored to your specific needs, ensuring your home is a safe haven during the storms. Their dedicated team understands the importance of safety and offers free estimates to help you decide the best protection for your property. Don't leave your safety to chance. Reach out to Midwest Lightning Rods today and give yourselves the peace of mind of knowing you're well protected. Visit Lightning Strikes weprotect.com or give them a call at 217-872-4676 to learn more about how you can be a part of the community that's been protected by Midwest Lightning Rods. Thank you very much to the sponsors for supporting this podcast and helping us bring you this great content. Now let's get into it.
Welcome to Beyond Business, where stories come alive. With guests from every corner, we're ready to dive. New episode every 5 days, new voices to share. Laughs and insights, we're all in this affair. Beyond Business, come take a seat. Join the conversation, it's a journey that's sweet. Life lessons learned and laughter from the heart. With every episode, we're making the start.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Beyond Business. Joining me today is a business coach, speaker, and author of Cracking the Client Code, Miss Pamela Dale. Thank you for joining me and welcome.
Thank you so much, Nick. It's great to be here. I'm excited about the conversation.
Yeah, this will be fun. I think we've made a couple attempts and life got in the way of having to reschedule a few times, but so be it. So I've done a little bit of homework on you, but not enough to not to just ask. I want to turn the floor over and just say, I don't know you, so tell me what you do.
That's such a great question. And you and I have got a little bit of gray hair. So it's like it's a really great journey, isn't it, to get from where we started to where we are. I didn't have the internet when I started, and it was, middle rural Saskatchewan on a farm. And I just felt like, God, there's got to be a bigger world out there. There's got to be some things to do. And just through that journey and not wanting to keep a job because I thought somebody would be hurt eventually, right? And I went and just started paying attention and looking around. And I decided that these coaches that were out there they made a difference in their lives. They made some changes in their own lives and they made some changes in other people's lives. And I thought, this is really a great profession. Let me try this. So I did and couldn't get a client for my life. So I thought it was because I wasn't educated as a coach enough. So let me get another coaching certification.
Right.
So there's a bit of a theme coming here. And it took a while for me to figure out how to master the client game and then understand how business actually works.
Okay.
It's not like they say it is on Instagram, that you can make $10,000 and work, 2.3 minutes a day and it's all wonderful. You can do that, but for me, it took a lot of work, a lot of the under the ground, behind the scenes, what I thought and believed about myself and business in the world and being a woman and all of these things, being somebody from rural Saskatchewan, right?
Right.
Kind of idea.
So you're telling me you found out the get rich quick scheme was not true.
No, it is sure as hell not, right? What is that nonsense? And
sounds great, right?
It does so much more damage. At least it did to me, because on the surface, we looked the same.
Right.
I look at those pictures, I could kind of see myself. That sounded really exciting, really sexy. And I would pay their $10,000 for their program and not get the results.
You feel like you fail.
I did. So it turned into the only way that I kind of knew how to make any decisions was, well, it must be my fault.
Right.
There must be something wrong with me. And that's not a really great place to build anything from.
This is correct.
But there was nobody else talking about the way that I felt or the way that I thought or what was happening for me. It wasn't working the way that they said it would. So very rarely do we hear people today who are successful talk about the times that they cried and things fell apart and it didn't work. And I don't know how to manage this. I don't know where's the line between this and this. There's so many times the line between things, I'm not sure. Do I continue to keep improving or do I go? Does this feel great? Is this right? Or do I need to learn just a smidge more? I don't know the line sometimes. But nobody was talking about that. So what I had to do was become so bloody determined to make this work, first of all, and decide that it had to work so that I could no longer go back. There was no way to go back. I wasn't going to go back to a job. So then by making that part of this game I was playing, I realized that there was some more work to do. And that work is delicious and delightful and the hardest work I've ever done. And the money comes magically as a result.
Right, right,
Right. But if
uh,
you would have told me that, Nick, I would have laughed at you, you
right,
fool, because I come from a farm. Direct correlation between feed the cows, you eat.
right. You bust your ass, you make some money. Period. There are no shortcuts. Right.
Right?
I feel you.
Yeah.
So, okay, so here I want to back up because this is like a trend that I do with all the guests that I have on. And it's funny because I would say probably 75% of the people who have come on and been a guest are entrepreneurs or business owners of some sort. And we, I hone in on those. I call them the ramen noodle days. You know, the days we don't talk about. We didn't even go in public because,
Mm-mm.
wow, if someone says how you
No,
doing, you'll cry.
I'll just break. Oh, I would crumble.
Well, and
Yeah.
so I think it's what I like to always go is where originally your, I don't want to say childhood, but your education, like let's go high school. What kind of a student were you? Were you an academic?
This is such a great question. And I'm never sure how much to share. So let's just see where I would say where Jesus takes me, right?
As
Because
much as you want.
I get these marquee signs across my forehead. I swear comes and I was born in 1966 in rural Saskatchewan, Canada, into
Okay.
a family that was full of alcoholism, abuse, etc.
Okay.
So
Siblings?
I had two younger brothers.
Okay.
I was a mess right from the start. So I
Okay.
was always incredibly intelligent, but looking back now, I can see that I was, and I was bored, but I was also very much acting out,
Right.
right? No attention at home, but
Sure.
the attention at home wasn't good. So stuff like that. And as a result, I just kept getting kicked out of class. But in those days, they didn't really kick you out of school. They just kick you out of class,
Right.
right? Kind
Right.
of idea. And then I ended up pregnant at 17.
Okay.
And that was a decision to keep the child and move forward and let's get a job and let's figure this out.
A-
And
Adulthood at its finest.
it came fast. And I didn't have an quote unquote education, but I realized that if you did sales, you could make a little more money than the jackass sitting next to you doing the same job, right? So I could be in control of my own future.
Self-motivated. Yeah.
So I
Yeah. Yeah.
went in those areas and I sold everything from furniture to, Yellow Pages advertising. So we're talking a little bit back ago.
Sure.
And it cell phone plans, opening divisions, things like that. And I realized that I could talk to people. I had the ability to communicate with people, listen to people, empathize with people, really listen. And I was smart enough to figure out how to help. So when I ended up on this tech help desk in Vancouver for Bell Canada, there was two roles they put me into, which were as different as night and day. And one of them was a tech person. When you call in, your cell phone ain't working. That call had to happen within 90 seconds. I had to be in, out, off. And they also knew that I could handle the crazy son of a bitch that had one of
Oh.
the reps in a headlock. And I talked to him for an hour and a half. So it was a very different skill set. So I figured, I seem to have this dual brain that can do these things, right?
And somehow it's valuable.
It's incredibly
Very
valuable.
valuable.
It's incredibly valuable. I
Yeah.
think we disregard where we came from and what we know and what we've done and how we think and what we love. And that was what I was trying to determine in this coaching space, right?
Yeah.
And then I realized couldn't get clients. I got 4 coaching certifications. By that time, I'd filled 4 different websites.
So this was a career you launched when you were, I mean, did you work for
No,
companies
about
for a
10,
while?
yeah, long time till
Okay,
the
so
kids
you
were
were sitting
older.
back absorbing and
I was
getting kicked
learning.
around a little bit, learning a
I got
little
kicked
bit.
around a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you get to the point where you finally figure out how to get the place that you're trying to buy into these dreams and you figure out hard work, but a little bit of the right guidance does it. And you said, now I'm going to make it my journey to share this with people for
Absolutely.
a living.
Right. Because what I do now is I've been able to master the client game. And when I say master the client game, I mean, I don't want to kill them anymore.
Right.
Right. I mean, there's a value exchange on both sides. I am very excited to work with them, very excited. And we leave the relationship with everybody's doing great.
Right.
And to do that, I had to learn how to communicate. I had to learn how to price. I had to learn how to set boundaries. I had to learn, who am I? What do I want? How do I want my life to work? And interestingly enough, Nick, oh, it flowed over into my life. Everything got better. So I can be a dry
Right.
cleaner and work with your shirts and you come in and pay and off you go. But in the service business, when I'm building your website or I'm building a funnel, it's belly to belly. We're in it together. And it's
Gotcha.
a really strong, powerful relationship. And you're dealing with another human being who has the same brain you have that wants to just freak out,
I got it.
right? If you've
Oh,
ever
so
overthought a
you
logo,
are the outlet for us weirdos that
I know how to
can't
hold
figure
you
out
to
how to
account.
get this
Yeah.
out where it's supposed
Yeah. So
to.
as a result of walking through this all myself, I've been able to improve my life. And every time I do that, my rates seem to just magically go up and the clients just magically appear. But
You're a
that's not
magician
what
now.
we're taught, is it? We're taught the opposite. And it never worked for me. So now, as a result, I am very passionate about women having money.
Okay.
In 1959, when my parents got married, my mother was a nurse and she stopped working, and as a result, had no financial choices available to her when shit hit the fan.
Popular.
And every woman that I know could use a little bit more to buy an extra pair of shoes for herself, to get an Uber ride home, to get the health care. But how about we just start fulfilling on the lives and goals and the purpose of a woman in the world? It's not to be underpaid, unpaid, go after and do everything for everyone else. There's a certain amount of money that we all need to fulfill on who we are. And that's what I'm passionate about. If a woman wants this and she feels like this is what she needs to do and it's going to take some money, let's take the skills that she's already got and let's go create some. And let's get her not have to take the 7-year journey and $250,000 that I had to. Yes, we're going to do that. Am I still a
Right.
service-based business owner? Absolutely, I do it today, grounds, boots on the ground. And I also help women over here do the exact same thing I've been able to do, and that's not want to kill clients.
Okay. So are you, this might be a dumb question, even though there's not supposed to be such a thing. Are you only, like, do you only work with women?
No, they come all shapes and
Okay.
sizes.
Okay. I just
There's,
didn't know, or you're just
I,
like, no, that's just what my focus and my passion is.
it's the voice.
Yeah.
And the voice of reclamation, the voice of let's stand in our power, the voice of being all and who we actually are and uncovering all of that resonates for everyone.
Sure.
I speak to a woman because it's marketing, it's niche, it's all of those things, and it's my own story, and I live it and eat it and breathe it myself every day. So it's
Right.
just the voice that goes out. And as we know, just because I sell cat food doesn't mean I don't have dog food in
Right.
the pet store, right?
Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
that's, just like
No, you can see and hear. I mean, even when you just talked for 30 seconds, your passion about so it's different because I think it's all on perspective and where we're at geographically as well
yes,
as just in life,
yeah.
to where like I hear you and you sound like your take on it is that women are still getting treated very unfairly in the workforce. Do you?
We're still accepting it.
Okay, is that what it is? But is that a thing?
Well, we can walk out. We can go start our own business,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
but we
Well, I
don't know
just was
that.
saying, is it a male versus like
Oh, sure
males
it
do
is.
get paid more
Probably
than?
probably stronger than it's ever been.
Oh no. Oh, okay. See, I'm uneducated on it. I just didn't. In my mind, it
Absolutely.
goes. Well, in the fields I work in, it's more like if you have the ability to hire a woman or a minority, it's like gold, like you want it,
Yeah.
and we don't have, so it just
Yeah.
depends. So
Yeah.
it's interesting to hear. Um, So when you said when you first made the dive, you struggled to get clients. What did you feel like other than obviously, I mean, there's no hiding reps payoff in the
Yeah.
gym and sports and
Yeah.
business and life, right? So aside from just the obvious, you busted your ass and tried everything you could possibly think of before you stumbled upon the magic potion. What was that turn that made,
Oh, it's such a great question.
okay, do you recall the
Oh, I know
turn?
exactly the moment.
Okay.
So my husband, I'm married. My
Okay.
husband was working in Vancouver, Canada. multiple shifts, nights and weekends, and I was trying to build a business that was costing us more than it ever made.
Sure.
And watching him come home, he's Mexican. We live in Mexico. We met in Canada. And of course, his education didn't transfer over. So he was in construction and he worked in cement.
Sure.
And that's not a healthy thing for him to be in, nor did I want him to be in that, but that was a choice. And watching him go through that while I, as an able-bodied, intelligent person, couldn't make money, the guilt was overwhelming.
Oh,
It
pressure.
got it got overwhelming. One day I said, I'm out. So and a warning here, I always thought that the answer in everything in life was if you remove me, everything is going to be okay. So I bought a one-way ticket to Durango, Mexico, and lived with a friend's mom up in her basement. A one-way ticket, I was not coming back.
Mm.
If I didn't figure the business out, I wasn't coming back. Like I was going to kill myself. So I happened to hear a gentleman from England on a call for ClickFunnels software. Long story about how I wanted to be an affiliate. I just kept switching what I was doing because I thought that was the problem. I called him up. I don't know why. I guess it was just desperate enough. I got a hold of him, got on a call with him, and he was perfect for me because he said to me, yep. How much money you got? I said, I don't have any. He said, how much money you got? I said, I don't have any. He says, how much money you got? I go, $500. He says, okay, excellent. Send it. We'll get started. Got on the first call with me. He says, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go into the ClickFunnels group. You're going to do these 3 things. You're going to get on 3 calls and you're going to call me back. And he hung up on me.
Mm.
I'm like, what? Don't you want my story and my sad, all of my,
He's
don't
like,
you want?
nah.
Hey, my last $500. I thought I was going to crap my pants. I was so nervous. I remember like it was yesterday. I was pacing back and forth in this room, literally pacing back and forth. And a voice in my head said this, sit the fuck down. And for the first time, I heard the voice that had been talking to me and trying to kill me.
Oh.
That voice was the one that it was actually the opposite voice. That was the one that was trying to save me.
Right,
I
right,
could
right.
finally
I
hear
felt you.
her, pardon me, right?
Yeah.
I sat down out of pure desperation. Okay, I can help you do that. You want to get on a call? I can give you absolutely no charge. Get on a call. You know what? Within an hour and so I was on 3 calls, had 3 calls booked. I'd never had 3 calls booked in my life. So I call him back. He goes, excellent. What you're going to do is you're going to make an offer. What do you think the offer is? I said, I think it's $997 and I'll build a funnel. He says, excellent. You're going to up it $10 each time. Thank you. Call me back. Call me back with the objections. That's what he said. Started on the calls. First one got me down to $380. Couldn't negotiate for my life.
Right.
Next one, 997.
Okay.
Next one, 997. It just kept going, 997, 997. You know, within 30 days, his name is Danny Walsh. He was flying over from England into Salt Lake City, Utah. I said, you know what? I'm going to come up and meet you. He invited me into his mastermind. I flew up to meet him and I flew back to Vancouver from there with 10 clients.
So that last $500 that you threw in the wishing well,
That
and
was
you
it.
listened to that voice.
I was desperate enough. You know, I only talked to him 3 times.
Really?
I already knew everything after that. Because I'd
Sounds like he
studied
kind
and
of threw you
learned.
to the wolves and said, if you want to learn, you'll learn and call me
Go
back.
talk to people. That's
Right.
all it was.
Right.
And make an offer.
So what's interesting to me, and you've made reference to it in 2 different situations already, is that you're big on, you know, when we say burn bridges, that's a bad thing, but it's almost like you like run over bridges and then cut the lifeline behind you and say, hey, sink or swim, let's get it.
I had no other choice. I put
So
myself in
you operate
situations.
best in out of desperation.
I did. I was always needing that as the fuel behind me. It eventually
Yeah.
switches.
Sure.
But if I'm in touch with reality of how unsafe things are, we don't. We think a corporate job, we think our health, we think all these things. We're just not in touch with it.
Right.
Right.
And we're
I
trained to not be
got really in touch with it.
desensitized, right?
Yeah. And it was really about the change in environment.
Ah.
Every time that I've made a drastic change in my life and my business, I change my environment. So I've moved a couple of times without my husband for a month.
Okay.
and just put myself in a room with myself to hear the bullshit I'm saying.
Oh, really?
It's really easy to blame a spouse.
Oh, yeah. If you have
Oh, he doesn't
anyone to
support
blame,
me. Oh my
you've
God.
got to be their fault.
All the bullshit. So if I remove all of that, then I got some clear space to think and echo in my own bullshit
Self-evaluation,
every time. So a
yeah.
change in environment is more powerful that I think for me than anything I've ever done before.
I think that might be solid advice.
It is
Um,
very solid advice.
just for a lot of people. I don't know. Some spouses probably wouldn't go along with it, but it sounds like it works wonders because that's it. Like you just said, as long as there's someone for some people, as long as there's someone at the end of the day to put a little bit of the weight on so we can sleep better, then we do it because we're human. But yeah, if you take that away, then you go,
Well,
okay,
we have to decide what it is we want from life.
right,
If
right.
this is what we have and this is what we want, that's different. But if this is what we have and we want something else, but we're blaming what we have,
We ain't doing shit
there's
to,
no room for victims here.
right,
Well, if you're choosing it, how can you be a victim in something you've chose?
for sure.
So it's different. So I'm very fortunate with my spouse that he
He
goes
gets
back.
it.
He could go for a month, no problem. Leave me by myself. I'm fine. Go do
Right.
your thing. Go do what you need to do. So we're very different in that sense, but we come together for growth and for evolvement as humans. It's not a you're the wife, I'm the man breadwinner shit. Like we don't do all
Right.
that, right?
Right.
But the absolute gratitude and admiration for all of the men that have come and been breadwinners, the breadwinner, it's a tremendous amount of pressure.
Right.
I have felt it. I understand it. It takes a lot of courage and it's a privilege as well. You
Sure.
know, my husband, I've chosen to work together and I'm the $6 million engine out here front, right? But I'm 1974. I don't know if you remember that
No, no,
show.
I do. I
$6
do.
million man, right?
Yeah.
The whole other story on that because I got hurt in hit class. But it's really important to treat yourself like the money maker and make sure that you're taken care of as an
Right.
individual. And sometimes as the business owner, I need that time and space.
Sure. Well, and you know what it is? We're in such a new age of breaking out of what was, I guess, the norm for
Yeah.
so long, where what went along with the women staying at home and taking care of
Yeah.
the kids was the guys working, and somehow one income was enough then. I don't know how that worked out, but
Yeah. All
you
of a
know,
sudden in the 80s, the
but
income
yeah, so
needed to be
now
changed.
everyone's kind of able to, and you're empowering this, of course, but kind of explore and go, hey, if you have a good enough motivation idea, if the wheels turn a certain way, man, you can do a lot of things with it other than punch a clock. I
You
mean,
can learn.
oh, you can never
You
stop
know,
learning.
you remember when we were younger and we'd look at people our age and we go, oh, and you had just that little bit of it. Oh,
Yeah,
and yeah.
yeah,
And now you look back and go, sit down.
right,
Like, I'm so smart and so in tune. I feel like I'm your age and I can outrun you. You know what I mean? I can
right,
outwork you. So we need to remember that about ourselves
right.
in 20 years from now, or 30 years from now. It's going to
Mm,
be the same. We're still going to feel the same inside.
right,
So we've got all this time, we've got all these skills. Why would we not do the best we can for ourselves? Now, I'm a little more driven
right,
than some, but I'm not going to blame my life if I'm not willing to make a change, if I don't accept where I'm at.
right. Well,
So,
you being driven, which is great, and you can probably attest to this. What happens with driven people is their plate gets fuller because that's what they do. You
yeah,
know,
it's
it
very
isn't like you're
challenging. Yeah.
wasting your no, no, your drive is very well, I'm sure, consuming. Um,
Yes. Yeah,
yeah,
it's intense. People call me intense, and I'm like, thank you.
for sure.
I
That
take my
is.
fucking life
I
seriously,
would probably describe you as that. You
right?
have a great spirit. I mean, you're just talking to you. You have a great,
I'm
yeah.
not like I go to exercise class or I went to the tattoo shop the other day for something. Oh yeah, you're intense. I go, I'm not gonna waste your
Right,
time, your money, my money.
right,
We're not playing here.
right.
And I take everything like that. Now, when I'm playing, I am,
Sure.
but I don't want to waste a minute in life or doing something or being something I don't want to be.
Right. So, what your target of people that you deal with currently? What businesses are they in? Are you helping create brands for people? I mean, are you helping people brand what they are doing? Are you helping them, I guess, step out of the whatever norm and do their own thing? Are you guiding? What is your deal?
Great question. So I have a service-based business over here where
Okay.
I help people white label, go high level and build a SaaS business, a multiple monthly recurring revenue stream, right?
Right.
Usually $1 million, we build it up, and this is my core offer.
Okay.
And this, over $300,000 a year, and I work about 3 days a week.
Okay.
That I still run. Now I'm teaching people how to do what I do. So they are service-based business owners. They're a graphic designer, they're a web designer, a funnel builder, a
Yep.
copywriter, and they're in the game. They've stopped their job and they're struggling to make enough money to make ends meet, or they're maybe barely making enough, but they're working like animals
Right.
because they don't know how to price appropriately.
Yeah.
What they're doing is they're giving most of it away. They're giving their expertise away for free. They're giving their time away for free. They're not charging enough. So they're just not they're where I was,
They have
way
plenty of
underpriced.
business, but that has nothing to do with money.
And then some of them don't even have enough clients. The
Gotcha.
thought of bringing another client on will make them want to puke.
Because they're too busy and not
And
making
they
any
don't know
money
how
doing
to,
it.
right?
Yeah.
And they don't know how to manage the client.
Right. Right. Right.
They don't know how to say
So
no. They
you're
don't,
the one going, hey, let me help you do what you should have done with what you got.
right. So
That's
at $997,
valuable.
$997, I now charge $30,000 for that.
Mm, heck yeah.
Same thing,
It's beautiful.
right?
Yeah.
That it's a walk up to it.
Yeah.
For me, it was a walk up to it.
So do you run across people? And I definitely wouldn't want you to name anybody, but do you run across people that have your or severely lack your motivation and drive? Because I'm not as intense as you, but I have yeah, my brain doesn't never turn off. I'm a guy with a
Yeah.
notepad beside the bed who I got to wake up to write ideas and thoughts
Yeah, I think we're
and
probably very similar, but on a podcast, I'm always a little stronger because it's harder to get
yeah,
things through the
yeah.
screen. But
Well,
yeah,
and so I get it where there's people that see you say what you do. A lot of people just think they can do anything, is what I'm kind of getting at. Do you
yeah,
run across people who you kind of have to reality check and go, hey, I don't know if this is I don't know if, I know you like the idea of deciding what you make, but you have to be good at making money to be profitable at being in a business where you decide what you make. Have you had to have the
unfortunately,
root of,
yeah. Unfortunately, in the go high level world, there's a lot of, you can start a SaaS business and make multiple six figures and it's as easy as pie.
sure.
And I get on these calls with these people and I go, tell me about your niche or your experience. Have you sold anything? How much money have you made in the past? All of these things. And I will, before I'll even work with them, I'll go, I need you to go and door knock cold, at least 5 businesses and cold call 20 people. Call me back.
Oh,
Before I'll even sign them on a contract or send them an invoice.
they
I
get
need to know
test.
they're willing to do that.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
they're
yeah.
not willing to, because that's what I wasn't willing to do. So I'm not going to waste their time or my time. I'm going until you have all of that data, you don't know
Right.
what to offer. How are you going to know what to sell?
Right. So you're going
So
to get your boots laced up for a minute and get back
yeah,
with
like
me.
go, are you willing to talk to 100 people and try? Because if you are, then we can get somewhere. Because that's what happened to me in the ClickFunnels world. I talked to hundreds of people that
Right.
month. And I realized they already have ClickFunnels. I thought I would be an affiliate, but they already had ClickFunnels, but they had no idea what to do with it until they got in it. They did. And I'm like, but I know what to do. So my
Right.
offer came out of talking to people.
Got it.
I found it in the doing and the going and being of service to people. We're in the
Uh-huh.
service business.
Sure.
So when I'm of service, I go out and it happened every offer that I've ever had. Someone has asked me, will you help? Because I've been in the game long
Yeah.
enough that when Go High Level came out, people just said, you're really techie. Do you think you could help? I go, you know what? I'll try it.
Right.
And then they referred their friend and referred, now
That's what you're killing
so
it.
they do. I couldn't have predicted that,
That's great.
but I
But
got
you
out
did.
talking to
You
people.
kind of did. You
Well,
laid everything
I'm
it,
resourceful, right?
yeah.
And I'll get out. I think it's a farm mentality too. Something breaks down, you got to fix it,
Right. Right.
right?
Yeah,
And all of
yeah.
a sudden, will the clutch out of that one work in this one? I don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
get it. I
yeah.
get it. So so looking back over your career and life in general, do you have somebody that was like a mentor in what you're doing? I mean, because it sounds like where you grew up versus where you're at now are pretty much night and day as far as everything, unless
Yeah.
maybe I read
No,
that
they're
wrong.
night and day. I couldn't say
So,
shit if my mouth was full of it.
okay. So
I
I'm
couldn't
just going to
speak.
leave your parents out of being the
They were
driving
the,
force in what you're
but they
doing.
were in so many ways.
I get it. I get it. I
I
do.
am so blessed to have that
Yeah.
because
You learn what
that's
you
why
don't
I'm
want as
intense.
much as what you
I
want.
don't want bullshit from
I get
anybody,
it. I
right?
love
Because
it.
we got lied to and the
Yeah.
covered and the secrets and the so I'm strong over here, and all our values come from that,
You didn't know
right? So
how to get there, but you knew you wanted to get there, not where you
yeah,
were, and that was
I was one
enough.
of those ones that was like they call the black sheep, right?
Sure.
But I ended up being the golden sheep. Like I'm the only one that got out.
Me
So
too.
right? It's so fun. So it's such a blessing. Um, I did have a best friend who taught me, she's passed now, but we were friends for 25 years. And she was the one that would call me on Mother's Day and go, I wish you were my mother.
uh,
She would say and teach me about love and about how to be in relationship with someone. So it started when I was
oh,
very young, at about 25.
right,
And that was the first time I'd had any experience with anyone that really cared. So then I started in that. And then when I got into this business stuff, she didn't understand what I was doing. It was just
right.
totally foreign. And I happened to stumble upon someone named Julie Stoyan, who's now named, her name is Julie Chanel. She was somebody I found with a Google search for MailChimp and got on a webinar. Or got on her list, and then I started doing a webinar around coaching. And I actually just finished another program with her. I've been in her world for a long time. And it was the number one factor that helped me really grow. So I went from charging 997 a funnel to 2 grand to 3 grand. And when I joined her, I started charging 10 and then 15 and then
Nah,
30, right? So it just started, and it was her expertise, opinion, wisdom. I knew she was doing what I was doing or had done what I am attempting to do.
right,
It wasn't bullshit. So I could trust that what she was saying was actually what's happening.
right. Oh, because how painful and it's got to be painful for you if you like my algorithm on one of my Facebook pages when I'm just doing the typical waste my time scrolling through nonsense, the literal um, brand yourself, get rich scheme shit that's out there heavily still.
Still,
I mean, which I think, yeah, there's a couple of people that became prominent in the business world by selling coaching schemes that I don't know really existed or not. But either way, it's got to be frustrating. But the deal is you made a good point earlier when you said when we were younger, I mean, if you wanted to know something, you went to the library or got an encyclopedia if somebody had a set, or you waited for the news or talked to someone.
right.
So we now have the ability to, I mean, I can only imagine the number of people who have searched or even just asked AI in the last 2 years, how do I make $1 million this
Yeah,
year? You know what I mean?
yeah,
And so there's a lot of hungry people, but
absolutely.
there's also a lot of lazy people. You know, there's a lot of people
We're
who really just don't want to
we're
work, and
mentally lazy.
for sure.
If I am able to control the way that I think, I have no problems.
Right.
It starts with the thought
Oh,
because the
yeah.
thought produces the feeling. The feeling gives me an action or inaction, and then behold a result.
Yes.
So overweight, no money, whatever. It's all you're never going to be able to convince me it doesn't start with a thought,
You're right.
conscious or unconscious. So that's the work. And then our brain is naturally wired for ease, enjoyment,
Right.
right? It wants to just slow you down.
Right. Them
Ease up
dopamine
there,
releases come
buddy.
with the
Look,
random
and
shit.
that's why that marketing works. That's
Right.
why they're pushing that. They know it's all psychology,
Sure.
right? So it's dinging that ease. Oh, this is easy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
you get in this, the number one thing I've had to do is control my mind on a daily basis, moment to moment basis. Go ahead and launch something new, put a whole bunch of money, assets, energy behind it, and listen to your head tell you it isn't going to work.
I have to interrupt this episode for a minute to tell you about the sponsors of this show. Your backyard should be more than just a patch of grass. It should be a destination. At Family Home and Patio, they bring the best of relaxation and fun straight to your home. Immerse yourself in luxury with their top quality hot tubs built for comfort and crafted right here in the USA. Take the plunge with a brand new pool. Whether it's an elegant in ground escape or convenient above ground favorite, they install them all. Keep it sparkling with their full line of pool and hot tub and spa supplies. And trust their expert technicians to keep your water clean and equipment running smoothly all the time. As a family owned business, they believe in quality care and craftsmanship because your backyard deserves the best. Upgrade your outdoor space with Family Home and Patio, your trusted source for everything pools and spas. Call them today at 217-877-2808 or visit them online at familyhomeandpatio.com to make your dream oasis a reality. Let me introduce you to a game changer in the world of content creation, Opus Clip. Most of you have seen the Beyond Business reels of past guests or even me in your feed while scrolling through social media. Well, I'd love to take the credit for the hard work of editing, posting, clipping, captioning, all these clips on multiple platforms multiple times per week, but Opus Clips does it all for me. Create an episode, drag it, drop it, and enjoy the work that looks like you did. You don't have to be a video editing whiz to create stunning clips that resonate with your audience. This intuitive app does all the heavy lifting for you, automatically crafting highlights that shine perfect for social media, marketing campaigns, or simply sharing your creative genius with the world. Scan the QR code to unlock the full potential of Opus Clips and let your creativity flow and watch your engagement soar. Your brand deserves to shine, and Opus Clips is here to help you do just that. Scan the code, get to creating. Aerial Elite Solutions is a drone service provider specializing in providing high quality aerial imagery and data for a variety of industries, including real estate, construction, agriculture, and more. Whether you need stunning photos to showcase a property, detailed site surveys for your construction projects, or captivating footage for your events, Aerial Elite Solutions has the expertise and cutting edge technology to deliver exceptional results. Visit flyaes.com or contact them at 217-330-7226 to learn more about how they can transform your projects with their services. With nearly 100 years of experience in the lightning protection system design and installation industry, Midwest Lightning Rods are the trusted experts in keeping your property safe from the dangers of lightning strikes. Midwest Lightning Rods specializes in creating customized solutions tailored to your specific needs, ensuring your home is a safe haven during the storm season. Don't leave safety to chance. Reach out to Midwest Lightning Rods today and give yourselves peace of mind this year when the lightning strikes. Visit lightningstrikes-weprotect.com for more information. Now, let's dive back into the episode.
Control my mind on a daily basis, moment to moment basis. Go ahead and launch something new. Put a whole bunch of money, assets, energy behind it, and listen to your head tell you it isn't going to work.
Right.
That's the whole game. When it gets
Right.
hard, and I've learned that that's what I need to do on a moment to moment basis is, what am I thinking? I can tell what I'm thinking because if I pick up my phone, I've gone unconscious. I don't
Oh,
need to be on my phone. My schedule is full. I don't got time for that.
right. Yeah. It's so
But we don't know
easily
that.
distractions are, I mean, it's designed
It is
to go, hey, I need to check my work emails. And I can't even get there without having red icons saying, hey, wait, check this,
yeah.
real quick. It's like
So
you
true.
have
Those
to
little things,
consciously
right?
go, okay, so I'll do this. I will it is ridiculous, but I'll go airplane mode for 20 or 30 minutes a day. And just because I need to not
You have to.
feel
Those are the
like,
things we have to do. We
yeah,
have to be in charge of, and we are in charge
yeah,
of
yeah,
those, right? But
yeah.
we think we might miss something, or a lot of times we actually want the distraction. We actually don't want to do what we say we want to do.
Right.
We're just lying
You're
to
right.
ourselves, right?
Yes. Yes.
So
That's sad but true.
I'm done with that for myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Well, and that's it. Anyone who, and I mean, I've even been guilty of it where it's like, whenever I wasn't going to the gym and had put on some weight, like right around a little after COVID and whatnot, I got lazy. I got physically lazy, and it was like I don't have time. I don't have, and it's like I definitely had time to.
Yeah,
My my phone said I was on it for 2.5 hours yesterday. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, yeah.
get it together. But yeah, um, so do you currently, I mean, you kind of described it. So do you have like a team that works under you
I
or,
do have a team now, a small team, agile
okay.
team. I built a big agency and actually built it to the ground, which is another part of the story. I got lots and lots of clients. I made $167,000 US in 6 month period and almost lost my fucking mind because I
Okay.
didn't know how to manage clients. I didn't understand scope creep. It was a nightmare. I had 9 people working for me, couldn't manage staff. And I just said, that's it, I'm out. And I shut her down. It took me 6 months. What a nightmare that was. And then COVID hit and I had to decide, am I going to rebuild or not? And how, if I do, how am I going to do it differently this time? And I decided I want a small team. As a
Okay.
service-based business owner, I don't need anyone. If I charge
Right.
appropriately, I'm good. But moving in and doing the coaching side, I have a social media person, I have an assistant who's like the OBM, and I have a designer and I have a go high level expert.
Oh, but you're not cloning yourself as anyone. I mean, you're not teaching anyone to do your specific job with people, or you're like, no, I
The
do
go
my
high
job
level,
and my team does their job. And
the go high level person does what
oh,
I
okay.
do. Yeah.
Okay.
Plus
Well,
builds my funnels now instead of me building my own.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it. I mean, what's the goal? What's your goal? What's your
10
not
million, $10
10?
million dollars in the next 5 years.
Okay, five. I was going to say 5, 10 years. Okay. And do what? Be done?
No,
Be
hit the
done
next
with
one.
just set it. I mean, that's just your 5 year goal.
So I made $250,000 year. What are we halfway through the year?
Yep.
The year,
Yep. Almost.
not last year, but
Or
the year before. And I was sitting there and I was going, okay, where do we go from here?
right.
That I'd never set goals. I was scared to set goals. I didn't understand goals. I'm like, I'm not going to make them anyway. So why bother with that? Right.
Right.
But I get in with Brooke Castillo from the Life Coach School, and she talks about her $100 million goal, and you set big goals for a reason. I was like, okay, well, let me try. So, first one was $1 million. And then after about a couple of months, I said, you know what? We're just going to go $10 million in 5 years. And it made me look at every single thing I was doing and change it
Oh,
because
because now you're shooting for something.
I could have doubled easily.
Ah,
But because I made the bigger goal, it made me think different and be different.
makes
The
sense.
biggest thing it did was make me a different leader, a different business owner, because I knew at $10 million, I couldn't do what I was doing at 250.
Right.
So
Right.
it made me put SOPs in place. It made me put processes in place. It made me do all of the things I wasn't doing
Oh,
to
you put
scale.
everything in order
I
before
put
it even got
everything.
there. So when it got
I
there,
had
you were rolling.
That's right. So it
Ah,
made me prep properly to get where I needed to go. Because
yeah.
one of the greatest things I have as a result of the work I do is I work with $1 million business owners
Right.
and I see the nightmare.
Right.
And I
Right.
was like, whoa, I
Yeah.
can't
The
come into
dream
this
come
team.
true is not quite what you
No,
think
it's
most of
not.
the
They're not.
time, right?
No, you don't want it. They didn't
Yeah.
know how to onboard, offboard, work with anyone, no systems, no processes, couldn't find a document, too many meetings. I watched all of it and I said, if I'm going to be there, that person, I have to do it my way. I have to do it the right way.
Right.
So I actually now, as a result, help businesses do that too. So every
Okay. So
time
you're taking people who are
yeah,
unable to handle what they have and you get them lined out.
because we're going to go into go high level, they're going to use it as a monthly recurring revenue stream, but they're also going to need to use it for their own business. And we cannot if don't have their shit together.
Right.
Because
Right.
we can't scale if we don't know where current clients are.
Right.
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 So most businesses I'd walk into and I'd go, tell me where are you getting most of your leads? How much are they spending with you? What did it cost to get that customer? Somebody is a lead. How long does it take them to turn into a client? They can't tell me any of that. And I'm like, well, then how the hell can I help you?
Oh, so they're finding out after having a conversation what they don't know
Yeah.
about what they have. They just
Yeah.
knew how to make some money initially, and here they
When you're
are.
talking to multi-million dollar business owners, you have to come in like that.
That's great, though.
Yeah.
Well, And so what? They sit there and go, okay, let me make a checklist and get back to you because it sounds like I need to get my shit together before
Or
we.
you hire me and I help you do it.
Oh, oh, I got it. So you're going, okay.
Or I've got
You're
somebody
saying
else who's,
clearly you're looking at me with
yeah.
no answers. So let me help you get
And
these
I know
answers.
someone who's better with data than I am, and I pass clients over. So I have a
Perfect.
network of people. I don't do this alone.
Right.
I have a network of experts around me that I either
Yes.
pay or we go back and forth and teach each other.
Yeah. So is your client base? Where are your clients based out of? In the States and Mexico and Canada, all
Usually
over
the
the US,
States,
all over the,
States and Canada,
yeah.
mostly the States though, at the moment. The Canadian dollar's in the toilet,
Okay.
right? So if I charge 30 grand, it's going to cost them 45.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
crazy.
shit.
Yeah.
Well, that fluctuated a lot.
It fluctuates quite a bit. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Yeah, it sounds like you got a really a cool thing cooked up. I just love the I love to see someone who's hungry like you are keeping building and keeping the momentum pushing. I just think it's really
Yeah.
inspiring, you know what I mean?
When you
S-
set a goal like that, that's what kind of happens as a result.
No, it made perfect sense. I
Right?
thought
It does.
I
Yeah.
even just reflected to myself. It was like, well, yeah, if your end goal is something that you have to prepare for, then why not prepare for it if you're shooting for it? I mean, it makes sense. It just implementing it is different, you
Well,
know?
the book, I can't remember his name, Dan, somebody, 10x is easier than 2x.
Yes.
That's what I actually did was I was going to
Okay.
2x and I said, oh, let's 10x it. And as a result, I've had to learn a shit ton about business.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, you got something good. You got something good cooking. So are you how do you get you're to the point now where people are reaching out to you, or are you still
I don't even, sometimes I don't even want to tell this story, but that first 30 days or so in the ClickFunnels group where I talked to every man and his dog, anybody that would get on a call with me, I talked to them, help them for free.
right?
Natural conversation at the end. Thank you. Or how can I continue to work with you? That
Right.
was, and you know what? I've never looked for a client again.
Will you stay put? You said you currently live in Mexico. Is that
Mm.
when's the last time you took a self-evaluation getaway?
Uh, just got back from one. My husband went away for a month.
Okay.
Yeah, went back to his hometown in Monterey and had a
Okay.
month here by myself. Yeah.
And then you just go to work. You just get things in.
I work a lot, but I also don't have the noise. So I
Yes.
hear myself think, I can hear differently, I can see differently. Silly things like I always wondered why he would do the food prep by the sink, but there's not very much room there because we moved to this new place
Uh-huh.
until I was there doing it myself. And I'm like, oh, this is a really convenient place to do that. Right? Like it was so silly, but it was like, it's so important to get a different perspective
Right.
and see things through different eyes and have such a better gratitude and understanding for everything.
It's got to be healthy. I
It's
mean,
really healthy to sit
yeah,
with yourself. Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is. I think so. Do you have like a online course? Like, do you do just like a course, like, or
I have a
anything
thousand courses because content's easy.
that you offer? I mean, you do?
I'm launching, I was doing workshops. So the brand for the client coach is only about 6 months old.
Okay.
So I've spent the last 6 months building a brand, determining what I wanted it to look like, and doing a heck of a lot of research. So I interviewed people, I did recordings, I ran Facebook ads to problem statements, which ones got the most clicks. I started doing workshops. I started running lead magnet headlines. I started running lead magnet landing pages, $100 a pop. Like
Yeah.
invested in some research to figure out and hired a branding person to help me pull the voice, etc. So I spent 6 months doing that
Okay.
because I wanted brand is important today and I needed it to be around me and who I am and where I'm at in my life.
Right.
And it started to be about reclamation. It started to be about let's reclaim what we've been giving away in every area of our life, especially in our business. So I'm just now in the process of launching a webinar to sell a program called Revenue Reclaimed. And that has been 2 solid months work but just felt ready enough and had enough research. And it's still an unqualified, tested offer, but I'm willing to put 10 grand behind it to get started.
Right.
One of the things when you go to a $10 million goal, you've got to get very good with failure.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
was afraid of it before. Obviously, that's why I wouldn't do anything. I was just afraid I was going to fail. Now I do 25 fails a quarter. I had right towards, let's throw those ads out, they fail. Let's go ask these 6 people for this and it failed. Let's go. I just go right at it.
Right.
So as a result, I'm now not as afraid of it. And I know that the webinar is going to fail.
Okay.
I just go that way. And it may not, but I know that whatever it's at, it can be improved.
Right.
Right.
And
So I
if it
don't know
succeeds, then
until,
anything else you're doing is going to fail. So let's
right?
go. Right.
Like it's just part of this process. If we
Yeah.
think it's going to be perfect the first time, we just need to know it's not going to be.
So if someone on my end was like, hey, I want to get in touch with her, I want to see, is it just, hey, search me on social media and you'll
Yep,
find me? Or do you have a website that you,
I
uh,
do. I
okay,
have a couple. Yeah, the clientcoach.com is where I
I'll
do the
put it
coaching
up.
stuff.
I'll put it up whenever I post
And
this too.
then Revenue Reclaimed is the program that'll probably, it'll do a live cohort through the summer and then we'll put it on for the fall again. So there'll be a landing page there for it, for a wait
Perfect.
list. And that really is, you don't need to go and make more money. You just need to hold on what you're already given away.
Right.
Right? Your
Yeah.
time, your free calls, your 33 extra revisions and the scope creep and all of that. We just have to reel that all back in and determine who we are today and then build from there and double your price, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's hard.
Nothing beats, hard work and time. I mean, that's it. Even though you've created something amazing, I mean, yeah, you can't replicate the education that you've had from the time you were a child all the way till right now. So I think it is important. And as much as we have the ability to not be able to answer any question with the word I don't know because we can find out the answer.
We can
It is
today.
yeah, it is really nice though to say, okay, well, if we can all communicate with each other and if we can all unfortunately put a lot of negative energy into the world, then why not help when you can and where you can and guide
Sure.
when you can and where you, like you said, a lot of people don't need to make more money. They need to figure out what to do with what they already have the ability to do, and
Yeah.
they would be in a whole different boat. And it's
Right.
huge. That's
Right.
huge. Some people chase it their whole lives, and then
It's interesting when I don't chase it, I get more.
hmm,
And I would never have believed you.
right,
that
right,
that doesn't I couldn't make that connection. Like, so he's saying, like, I don't go find clients. They've always come to me. But imagine if you want to make $250,000 a year and you have a $15,000 offer, you need 1.67 clients a month.
right.
That's a whole different game we're playing. And the referrals come, I get on 2 or 3 calls a week. My schedule's blocked so they can't get on.
You're
But I
booked
don't
up.
even know where they would come from. But I've done YouTube. I've built relationships. People know I'm as the GHL gal. They know I'm out there, right?
Yeah,
So that's just been coming. I've never looked for a client since that day in that ClickFunnels group. They've just all automatically just showed up. And it's almost ridiculous to say that out loud. How does that happen when I was so desperate for a client? How did
right.
they I said it just feels like magic. You just have to trust and do the work
Yeah, that's the key. You did the work, you know. I mean,
every
you did.
damn day. Every
And
day.
that's it. Yeah, yeah. Whether it seemed like you were physically at a job or not, it didn't stop, and that's impressive. I
No,
mean,
no, I think we underestimate just how hard this actually is.
I think that's a huge misconception for, um, like I have a 27-year-old daughter, her
No,
generation. You know what I mean? It is a misconception of just, it's like, yes, you can the people that you think you want to be like, you might want to spend some time with them and see what their life is really like before you wish that on yourself. You know
and
what I
that's
mean?
very true about everybody. Like people call me words like you've used that I love, but 5 years from now, they'll go, I was lucky,
Right. Right. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
right? But this is what it actually looks like to build a business like this.
Sure.
I've got to take it seriously.
Yes.
And anybody that's on a path, everybody you don't waste 5 minutes of their time.
Right. I like it. I mean, that's amazing. That's just a completely different, amazing take is, hey, let's get here. Let's do what we came to do.
Right? And it's because it's fun. It's
Yeah,
so fun
it
to
is.
make money and help
Yeah,
people and change people's lives and change my own life on a
right.
daily basis. And I feel like I've accomplished something when I get done with my day.
Yeah.
I don't have to escape it. I don't have to run off. I have to
Yeah.
deal with the feelings, I have to deal with the disappointments, I have to deal with myself. But at the end of the day, I'm very excited about myself and my life.
Yeah. Well,
Where in the past,
you're aware that you are in total control and you are taking full advantage of it. And I think that's just a hell of a quality in itself. You know what I mean? A lot of
yeah.
people just kind of go with life. They get to a point where they just kind of coast and go, okay. So eventually the kids
And I
move
wish
out,
I
then what?
could coast. I wish I could coast, but I don't,
Right.
you
I
mentioned the
understand
weight,
that.
you mentioned the weight thing before. I'm telling you, you're either gaining or losing.
Yeah.
Like there's no coasting.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
And life's the same. It's going to go downhill.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah. You
doesn't
got to
stay
do
the
something.
same.
Yeah. You can't, you're
Doesn't
not going
stay
to
the same.
float.
Nope.
Yeah.
If it
I
did, I would
agree.
have figured it out.
Right. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's it. I mean, it's all 100% of people in general. It's unless you just happen to be someone who got famous off a cool TikTok video, then you have to bust your ass. I mean, it's gonna
You
suck.
don't want that.
No, you don't
You
want that.
think you do, but
Sure.
it's just like winning the lottery.
Exactly. Which
You
is
do not want it.
technically like the worst thing that can happen, as
It's the
crazy
worst
as
thing
that
that can
sounds.
happen.
Yeah.
Ask anybody who's
Yeah.
won, they
I
will
mean, I
tell
wouldn't
you that.
mind if someone came right now and dropped me off a $5 million check. I would not be mad. I think I'd be okay with it. No.
Right. Right?
Right.
If we, and then we would have to have at that moment, we'd have to start to be able to deal with it.
Immediately. Yeah.
Right? So
Most,
we get
yeah,
to
there's
do,
no,
we get, the beautiful thing though is we get to do it now.
right. This is true. Most people
But,
smart enough to manage the money aren't dumb enough to buy a lotto ticket.
and it's about capacity.
This is true.
Do I have the capacity to hold the success when it comes? Talk to any two Comma Club award winner.
Right.
They thought it was all going to be just rosy when they got there. It was one of the
Yeah.
worst, right? We hear and see that in business all the time.
I think it's a God thing too, man. As I
Yeah.
go, sometimes shit just isn't supposed to come our way until it's supposed to. And then we go, man, okay, maybe I wasn't ready. Good call. Good
I was
call.
always the type of person that said, I don't want to win the lottery. I want to be the person who made that money.
Well, that you didn't play the lottery and you're making some money. So good for you. You're
We can sleep with ourselves at night, right?
That's it.
We're
That's
starting
it.
to really love and understand myself and who I am and accept. And that's such a gift to, and money
Yes.
just seems to come along with that.
Well,
And
and now after all the education in the hard knock world, you're making money doing what you love.
yeah, it's starting to come and it's the game there is to feel the same way in the coaching world as I feel with the service world. No problem. I can manage. Clients come all the time.
Yeah.
I can say no, it doesn't matter. But over here, I'm hoping they come.
Oh, it's
So
going to be so gratifying though to
yeah,
see
I
people
just
that
have to
you
switch
are
it. Yeah.
teaching them how to fly and letting them, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's going to be, yeah, it's going to be a beautiful thing for you. I mean, I can only
Yes.
imagine fulfillment and watching other people's dreams come true is pretty amazing too.
We'll stumble through it and we'll do it together.
For
Yeah.
sure. For sure. Yeah. Well, hey, I sure appreciate you taking the time to chat with me. I don't know. So this is a holiday weekend coming up for us in the States. It's a
Oh, is it?
Memorial Day weekend. So
Okay.
all of the regular folk get a 3 day 3 day break here, which means I
Oh,
get to work on Sunday and Monday and not have my phone going blowing up
I
like
know I
crazy.
love it
Yeah.
too. Yeah, I love the holidays too. It's quieter. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, I appreciate you taking the time to get to know you. I mean, you're an amazing, I mean, this has been an amazing conversation. You're on fire. And I mean, you can see
Thanks,
it. You're
Nick.
passionate. I mean, you're driven and you took a bad situation
Yeah.
and not only turned it around, but turned it around and cut this rope behind you and said, bye, whole
Yeah. A
nother
number of
life.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, man. I mean, that's one way to do it, right? That's one
For
way to
me,
do
it
it.
was the only
Sink or
way.
swim. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I tried.
Yeah.
I always am the person that if it could have been, I would have been able to do it. Like I'm
Yes.
just that strong,
Right. And
right?
you know what?
That's stubborn. right
Yeah.
kind of person. But if I couldn't
Uh,
do it, then there had to have been something,
do
something
you,
else.
before we go, I want you to, if you can give us, if you had one piece of advice, it can be long, it can be short, it can be 3 words, it doesn't matter. If you had a piece of advice for, let's say, young entrepreneurs, young people who are feel like they're not cut out for maybe for college, feel like maybe
Oh.
they're not cut out for, they don't really know what they're cut out for, but they know that they're going to hit the ground running in whatever that they are deciding to do. What would you tell them? Um, Other than, of course, hard work pays off. What would be a piece of advice, no matter what industry they're going in? They're going to try to
I
do
don't
something.
even I don't even think I'd say hard work pays off because I see a lot
This is
of
true.
broke, hard
This is
work
true.
individuals.
I've worked hard for nothing for years before shit
Poorer than
worked.
dirt, right? So
I call that education.
yes, I would go to university if it was about the relationships that you would build there. If it was about you want to be a doctor and maybe that's
Sure.
kind of where you need to go. But if you could, I would travel. I would start to talk to other cultures. I would get into a different place. I was fortunate enough to be able to travel to Korea when I was 40.
Mm,
And I opened an English school over there and it changed my view of the world. I started to understand the world differently than I had from my small town farming community, right? So I started to learn about people. And that's what I would invest in, if anything, is relationships and learning how to communicate.
beautiful.
Just
Got to do
learn,
it.
just go talk to people and be in the silliest, like I used to have to teach myself how to say no, and I used to teach myself how to ask uncomfortable questions. So I would go, I was crocheting at one time. I had started this new hobby, and I would go into the yarn store and they wouldn't have the yarn. And I said, is there anywhere else that you think you could check? Like I would ask 3 more times. Do you happen to have any in the back? And
Just to
and you
pose
know
the
what? Every time I
uncomfortable
come out
question.
with the fucking yarn.
No
So
kidding?
I learned to ask and ask and ask and ask and ask. And I do it still today. Is there anything else that I'm neglecting to ask? Is there anything else that you think I should know? Is there anything that I might not be aware of? I've
Oh,
learned to ask very powerful questions, and I, as a result, get more answers than most.
you do what you do, man.
Yeah, I do. Because, like during COVID, trying to move from Canada to Mexico with no passport offices, I was determined we were getting here.
Oh,
I pulled miracles out of our bums
oh,
with
it
no
worked.
trees and all this stuff. And I said, no, no, there's another way. There has to be another way
And you were right.
every time because we got here. My husband said it's like living on the edge of the cliff with you all the time.
I was gonna say most people would have been like, looks like we're
No,
stuck.
we're good. Exactly. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't. So I learned how to ask questions. So I would become and put yourself in really weird situations and just ask for, oh, do you think I could have that free today? Those
Oh.
muscles are invaluable. And you've got time at 20 to play.
Yeah. And what's the worst they can say? No.
Yeah, but you get time at 20 to play. What reputation do you have to ruin?
This
Right?
is
Like
true.
nothing, right? You
This
don't
is
got
true.
nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Go and learn about people and try to break the time money that you do with school, that you do with
Yes.
all of that, right? More education will get you more money. That's not the truth.
No.
It's learning to communicate that gets you money today.
Right. And you're right. The people that I know that what they got, you kind of pointed at this earlier. What they got out of college was the getting away from home, getting
Sometimes
out
it's a
from
great,
underneath
please.
mom's,
Yeah.
you know,
You let me
and
go.
and having conversations without a parent or whoever sitting there answering the rest of the important questions.
So in that sense, it's great to get away and
Sure.
to figure out who you are. And that would be the gift if you have it.
Yeah. Oh, but I wasn't like, dude, I was 16. I was ready to go. I could
Yeah.
talk. I was ready. Like some people are. My son, I have a son in high school. He might need to go to college just to learn how to talk to people, man. I mean, he's smart kid, but it's like you
Yeah.
put him in a room full of strangers, he's going to be the kid still in a room full of strangers tomorrow.
Yeah.
You
And he
know,
won't get any of his dreams and
I,
goals
I know.
fulfilled.
And that's what it's like. I talk and talk, and it's just like, I don't know. It's the whole I'm dad. And then it's I'm not, I see you and how you enter everywhere we go, people. And I'm like, well, they know you too.
Yeah.
You know, they know you now too. So, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know what it's like. So
Teach them to dream again.
that's it, right?
They've lost a dream somewhere. Yeah.
Right. I think we might have took it away with
The
having,
world does too, right?
yeah,
Shut everything off and
yeah. We can
yeah,
see everything with a click, but we just stop dreaming about doing anything.
it feels so elusive, doesn't it?
It does. We're here.
Yeah.
This is just a trend, right? I mean, this is, 50 years ago, it was like this. 50 years from now, it'll be like that. And we're
Yeah.
here. So take
Here we
advantage of what
are.
we can when we can. But
Absolutely.
hey, it's been
Well,
absolutely refreshing to have a conversation with you.
thank you, Nick. I
Yeah,
appreciate your
yeah,
time.
for sure. I'll definitely plug your website and
Thank
the
you.
what you have cooking that you're planning on getting into with your workshop for revenue reclaimed. And yeah, I'll keep following just to see what you're
Yeah.
doing. And
Thank you.
I appreciate your
Keep an eye on
time.
the
And
space for sure. Keeps me accountable.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
And everyone for Beyond Business, thanks for joining us for this episode. Until next time, be kind to one another. Thank you.
Yes.
Before you close out this episode, let me have one more minute to shout out the sponsors that make it all happen. Your backyard deserves the best in family home and patio. They have it. In or above ground pools, premium brand hot tubs, all crafted right here in the USA. All your pool and spa and installation, service and supply needs. Family home and patio, where relaxation meets home. Give them a call at 217-877-2808. Visit them online at familyhomeandpatio.com or stop in the showroom and discuss how they can make your dream become a reality. Aerial Elite Solutions specializes in providing high quality aerial imagery and data for a variety of industries, including real estate, construction, agriculture, and more. Whether you need stunning photos to showcase your property, detailed site surveys for your construction projects, or captivating footage of your event, Aerial Elite Solutions has the expertise and cutting edge technology to deliver exceptional results. So if you're ready to take your business to new heights, literally, reach out to Aerial Elite Solutions today. Visit flyaes.com or give them a call at 217-330-7226, or you could check them out on all social media platforms by searching Aerial Elite Solutions to learn more about how they can help streamline your projects. Let me introduce you to a game changer in the world of content creation, Opus Clip. Imagine a powerful app that transforms your longer videos into engaging, bite-sized reels that not only capture the attention, but also promote your brand, your business, or even you. Most of you have seen the Beyond Business reels of past guests, or even myself as you're scrolling through your news feeds on social media. Well, I'd love to take the credit for the hard work of editing, captioning, cutting, posting to multiple platforms multiple times per week or sometimes per day. But Opus Clips does it all for me. I create the video, I drag the YouTube link, drop it, and it's a done deal. With Opus Clips, you don't have to be a video editing whiz to create stunning clips that resonate with your audience. This intuitive app does all the heavy lifting for you, automatically crafting highlights that shine perfect for social media, marketing campaigns, or simply sharing your creative genius with the world. Are you ready to elevate your content game? Head over to the link in the description below or scan the QR code to unlock the full potential of Opus Clip. Let your creativity flow and watch your engagement soar. So what are you waiting for? Scan that code or click that link and start creating captivating reels today. Your brand deserves to shine, and Opus Clips is here to help you do just that. Midwest Lightning Rod specializes in creating customized solutions tailored to your specific needs, ensuring your home is a safe haven during the storms. Their dedicated team understands the importance of safety and offers free estimates to help you decide the best protection for your property. Don't leave your safety to chance. Reach out to Midwest Lightning Rods today and give yourself the peace of mind of knowing you're well protected. Visit lightningstrikes-weprotect.com or give them a call at 217-872-4676 to learn more about how you can be part of the community that's been protected by Midwest Lightning Rods. Thank you again to all the sponsors for supporting this podcast, helping bring this great content. Thank you all for joining, watching, listening, and being a part of this journey. Till next time, be blessed and be kind to each other. Thank you.